made it! Woo! Okay, yay! Last episode, Jessica Jones reviews, at least for this one. This season, at least. So, this is the last episode, episode 13, aka Smile. Yeah, this definitely... this definitely had a finale vibe from beginning to end. And I would say this is a very satisfying way to end this particular story. I don't... this is really the... I can't think of many other ways this could have possibly ended. I mean, is this one of those things? It ends well, it leaves the characters in a good place, it does exactly what finale does, which it actually wasn't as intense as I thought it was going to be. I was expecting more of a heightened build-up like we got a couple episodes ago, but this one kind of takes it a bit slower. And you know what? That kind of works in favor of this episode, because it gives it a very somber feel to it, which feels appropriate for this series. I mean, my big gripe for Daredevil when that show came out is I felt like the finale of that show felt almost too comic booky, which it felt like it was indulging the comic book cliches a little too much in that finale. This one, no, this one feels like it wasn't so much a Daredevil finale kind of was too campy. It was the fact that it didn't quite fit in line with the other episodes of the season. This one does, though. This one fits comfortably in its own series, and it comfortably wraps everything up in a very somber yet confident manner. This is a show that knows what it's doing, knows how it wants to end the story. And so, I'm not going to go too much into it. Another thing I want to point out is, the fact there's also, almost no tangents in this episode, which I was very happy to see. They mentioned the HDH thing, once or twice, and it's in the final scene, one of the final scenes of the episode. And like I thought, it's just set up for the next season, which is fine. I understand you gotta leave one or two cliffhangers open, so you gotta drop people back in, but it's also not that big of a presence. It only pops up in 2 scenes, and it's barely there. It's okay, I can easily ignore that. Again, this one, I mean, it's hard to really, it's kind of hard to talk about it, because this feels just like a satisfying, I know I gotta talk about, okay. So this one also, let me briefly go over the story. So I'm a bit disjointed as I've been trying to catch up on this, so finish this out the last few days, so I'm a little tired. So this episode starts with Luke Cage suffering severe head trauma because, taking a shotgun to the face will do that. When you have unbreakable skin anyway. So she takes him to her hospital, where of course they quickly realize that, he has unbreakable skin because they can't get any needles in. It's oh shit, you're one of those people. Okay, let's deal with this. But the police are on the way, so Jessica's got Luke out of the hospital quickly, but not before running into Rosario Dawson, a.k.a. maybe Night Nurse. I don't know. It's kind of been some dispute about that since Daredevil. I don't know. Is Night Nurse going to be in Doctor Strange? I don't know. Rosario... How the fuck do you say her name? Rosario Dawson's character from Daredevil makes an appearance this episode, and she actually plays a substantial role. It goes slightly above just cameo role, and really she actually plays a substantial part in this episode, which helped kind of tie in Daredevil in this show organically, in a way that didn't feel all as awkward as it could have. It could have been a lot worse, could have been a lot more clunky. But this one, I'm not going to say it's seamless, because there are some references she makes to Daredevil and stuff like that. I felt okay, a little clunky, but I kind of understand, okay, you need to do that. So, which makes me wonder if Rosario Dawson's, gonna be, the Phil Coulson in the Netflix series. Is she gonna be in Luke Cage? Is she gonna be in Iron Fist? She gonna be the thing that connects all the Defenders together in the end? I don't know. By the way, she's in there, but she also works her way in there. She works well off Jessica Jones. She works well off Luke Cage. And it all leads well into Jessica Jones finding out where Kilgrave is, finding out that he's been amping his stuff up, and it also has some very nice relationship establishing shots with Trish. Now, I think this is where the accumulation of everything, it doesn't try to wrap up any more plot points than it already has. This one focuses much more on the relationship between the characters, as well as setting up a finale for Kilgrave. And this one, it kind of finishes off the bond, the development of Trish and Jessica in this season by just having Jessica say "I love you" to her without directly saying it. Until the very, very end. and also showing that she trusts her enough and that she's letting people in enough to actually allow her to help her take down Kilgrave at the end of the episode. Big spoiler alert, Kilgrave does in fact die, snapped in the neck, in a scene that was actually very well done. And unfortunately, I had it spoiled to me at the last minute before I watched the episode, so I was like, damn it! But if I didn't, I bet this would, like, I would have probably not known what was going to happen. But at the same time, this is like the only time I can remember in recent memory where I've seen a hero kill the main villain in a superhero movie, and no one's gone, how dare you? How dare you kill the main villain? There's so many other ways you could handle that. You could have done this, you could have done that, you could have done that. This is the one, like, whether it's in, like, the fan base or, like, actual characters in the show, this is the only time in recent memory I've seen every character on this show see what Jessica Jones did or hear about it and go, oh, good, that fucker's dead. Like, no one's going, how could you? Heroes don't kill people. It's like, good, you killed him. Now we can all move on with our lives knowing this horribly evil bastard is dead. But the scene up leading to that was great, because at this point, Kilgrave is just realized that he's not going to win her over, that he's probably not even going to be able to control her again. But at the same time, at this point, he either wants to kill her or just come good old-fashioned revenge. So, he basically puts all the stem cells from Kilgrave's fetus, injects it into himself, which I guess either could kill him or make him more powerful. Guess which one wins. And so it makes him more powerful. Then he leads Jessica over to like a docking station where the most recent person that he's mind controlled has a boat called the Goldfish, which was a nice nod to Brian Michael Bendis book. And had to kind of have their finale there, but Jessica Jones tricks him by having Trish walk in, disguises her into the docks instead. So blasting music on her headphones, that way Kilgrave can't get to him, get to her. Sorry, which honestly was kind of pointless because 5 seconds later, Jessica Jones is revealed to be like up above, and then all the cops that Kilgrave had brainwashed end up trying to shoot her anyway. So I'm not quite sure what the point was of that, but where it gets really good is when they actually get to the docks where the boat is, and Kilgrave has this, like, huge mass of people just nearby, just obviously waiting for Kilgrave to do something that he's planned for a contingency plan. I'm sorry if I'm a bit rambly right now. Like I said, I'm a little tired. But, anywho. So, as a distraction, Kilgrave has all the people that he's brainwashed try to kill each other while Jessica Jones quickly tries to stop them all. And so does Trish, God bless her, before she gets knocked down and her headphones fall off, and then she's susceptible to Kilgrave's control. But Kilgrave makes one last-ditch effort to like, control Jessica Jones, and he ends up yelling, like, stop! And, like, his face, like, all his veins on his head just turn purple and shit, which is, again, kind of a nice homage to the character's original appearance. But to his surprise, Jessica Jones does stop. And, but he doesn't buy it. He doesn't buy it right away. Like, he thinks he's trying to play a trick. And to the show's credit, especially, this goes to, who the fuck plays her? Kristen Ritter. To Kristen Ritter's acting chops is the fact that she does legitimately look like she's lost control, and that she is no longer in control of her body, and that Kilgrave has essentially won. But again, Kilgrave's not buying it. He's not buying it. He's convinced that she's faking it, that she's trying to trap him. So what he does instead, in the most fucked up way, is he goes over to Trish, calls him over, and basically says, okay, I basically realize I can't make you love me, so I'm gonna take the only thing that you do love, and he actually uses the word, I'm gonna make her my slave. By your perception, he's careful to include that phrase, by your perception, I'm gonna be raping her every day. I'm gonna make her my slave. It's just these horrible things, and again, just makes you really want him to die. Like, David Tennant just does a phenomenal job to make you really want this motherfucker dead. Because I can't think of a more disgusting, revolting, repulsive Marvel villain ever. Like, this guy is just disgusting, and you want him fucking dead. He deserves to fucking die. This guy's like, we have Kingpin, we have, like, Magneto, we have all these characters. No other villain have I looked at in Marvel Universe to go, no, this guy is pure fucking evil. This guy is fucking evil and deserves to fucking die. And, but But again, even after he starts, like, he even makes out with Trish at one point in front of Jessica, and he looks over at Jessica while he's doing it, like as like a silent fuck you, basically. And then he actually starts to believe, he's like, wait a minute, did I actually control her? Did I actually control her? And he gets really excited, and he gets too close, and that's when Jessica Jones says, smile. Kind of a hint-added motherfucker, and then and then breaks his fucking neck. It's like, it was about as perfect of a finale with Purple Man as you can really go. Was there a big final fight scene? No, but at the same time, you didn't need that. It didn't require a fight scene. It's like, especially for a character like Purple Man, this is really the best way for that character to go out. And just a remarkable performance by all. This show has really been a trip from beginning to end, and it leaves things on a note where I want to see where they're going with it. Like, it makes me excited for the next season going forward. See, I love Daredevil. I thought Daredevil was a great series, but I thought it ended way too cheesy. With the whole, everyone's smiling and laughing as they got their new office and stuff like that, with the big final showdown between Daredevil and Kingpin, which had a really cheesy, unnecessary slow-mo shot. That one felt too indulgent to the comic book genre. This one feels like it's still doing its own thing with the material, and it's not compromising the feel of the show to have a big, epic showdown. This one, everything that happens in this episode feels it feels earned. Like, it feels like this is what the show's been building up to. And that's the reason why it works. That's the reason this whole show has worked. Is that from beginning to end, it's on a marvelous job from setting things up, building them up, and then giving a satisfying delivery. Is it perfect? No. There were some tangents I could have done without, characters I could have done without. Problems not in this episode, thank you, Christ. And quite frankly, I thought Kilgrave kind of escaped too many times in a kind of a convenient manner, but I'm willing to forgive that, because the stuff that is here is so fantastic, and watching this show has kind of been like a weird journey for me, because I think the core of this show does involve a lot of things that I've had personal issues with for years. So seeing that realized in a comic book TV show of all things has been very fascinating. This has just been a very fascinating show, and I'm really glad that Marvel took the risk to do this, and I can't wait to see what they do going forward. Like, if they can do this stuff now, what are they going to do with Luke Cage? What are they going to do with Iron Fist? Are they going to go the standard route, or are they going to take more risks like Jessica Jones did? What's Daredevil Season 2 going to do? Where is this stuff going? What's Jessica Jones Season 2 going to be? I mean, like, this really opens the floodgates, I think, in many respects, to stretching the imagination, to stretching what we can do with superhero properties. I mean, I think the hugely positive reception this show has gotten, it shows that we want stuff like this. We want to see superhero movies and TV shows take on more mature themes. Not just in dark and grittiness, not like Man of Steel or Batman vs Superman, none of that shit. I'm talking like taking on serious issues that happens to have people with superpowers in it. I mean, this is just something we have not seen done in a superhero TV show or movie before, and it makes me very excited to see where we can go from here. And I think the sky's the limit at this point. I think this is a floodgate to all kinds of things we can do from here on out. And especially if they keep up with this level of consistency, this level of quality, I can't wait to see it. So thank you all so much for watching these Jessica Jones vlogs. I think from this point forward, for now, until Daredevil Season 2 comes out in March, we're probably going to focus more attention on getting more comic cartoons recorded. We're going to try to bring back DC Animated Antics. I got to talk to Wes. I got to try to figure out the scheduling for that. Basically, we're going to focus on other vlog series right now. But if you have a comic book-based TV show that you want us to look at, what you can do is you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/MichaelTheComicNerd, and you can submit your request for TV shows for me to look at personally, or me with somebody else. Whatever the case may be, that's a good place to go request for that. In the meantime, I think I've said all my piece. I have loved this show from beginning to end. I know some people didn't necessarily care for the first half, but I've been a huge supporter from beginning to end. I loved it. I'm super excited to see what Marvel does next. I think this is just, I'm hoping, I should say, that this is just the beginning of not just Marvel, but comic book people, people who make these movies and TV shows in general, to take bigger risks with these properties. So I'm very hopeful that's the case, that people use this as an example of, okay, we can try something different. We can do, like, we have not worn out the limitations of the superhero genre yet. There's just so much more we can do that we haven't even touched yet. Just like with any other genre. So I'm very excited to see where that goes forward. Again, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the series, and if you liked it, make sure to like, subscribe, do all that shit. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next Thingy Ma Bobber of whatever I'm making a bobber yet. That made no sense. I'll see you in my next video, whatever it is.